You are listening to part 14 of the podcast series, How Successful People Think.
Once you have a handle on what you should focus your thinking on, the next issue you must resolve is how to go about doing it. Here are 5 suggestions to help you with the process. Number 1, remove distractions. Removing distractions is no small matter in our current culture, but it's critical because, as author and positive mental attitude advocate W. Clement Stone says, you can keep your mind off the things you don't want by keeping it on the things that you do want. How do you do it? First, by maintaining the discipline of practicing your priorities. Don't do easy things first, or hard things first, or urgent things first. Do first things first. The activities that give you the highest return. In that way, you can keep the distractions to a minimum. Another thing you can do is insulate yourself from distractions. I found that I need blocks of time to think without interruptions. I've mastered the art of making myself unavailable from people and distractions when necessary and going off to my thinking place so that I can work without interruptions. Number 2, make time for focused thinking. Once you have a place to think, then you need to have time to think. Because of the fast pace of our culture, people tend to multitask. But that's not always a good idea. Switching from task to task can lose you up to 40% efficiency. Number 3, keep items of focus before you. To help me concentrate on the things that matter, I work to keep items that are important before me. I also keep items of focus before me in other ways. For example, if I'm working on a lesson for a conference or an outline for a book, I'll keep a file or a page on my desk so that I can see it every day as I work. That strategy has been successful for me for 30 years to stimulate and sharpen ideas. If you've never done it before, I recommend that you try it. Number 4, set goals. As a kid growing up, I didn't have any goals. I just wanted to have a good time and play ball. It wasn't until college that I became more focused. It was good that I was finally becoming more intentional about my life, but when I look back at those goals today, I laugh. The lifetime goals that I set were so small. If I had worked only until I achieved those goals, I would have fallen far short of where I am today. I believe goals are important. But the purpose of goals is to focus your attention and give you direction, not to identify a final destination. As you think about your goals, note that they should be clear enough to be kept in focus, close enough to be achieved, and helpful enough to change lives. Those guidelines will get you going. And be sure to write down your goals. If they're not written, I can almost guarantee you that they're not focused enough. Number 5, question your progress. Ask yourself, am I seeing a return from my investment of focused thinking time? Is what I'm doing getting me closer to my goals? Am I heading in a direction that is helping me to fulfill my commitments, maintain my priorities, and realize my dreams?